Good morning, friends, and a happy Wednesday morning. It's Wednesday, September 11th, and yes, I'm sure that all of us remember 9/11, September 11th, and our hearts still bleed for all of that happened on that day. So yes, I remember. But the thing I'm going to talk about this morning, I mentioned it yesterday, is I'm putting up my prized Ryman guitar for sale. And kind of hate to do it, but you know, it's just one of those things where I'm starting to sell off a bunch of stuff that I have, and this is one of them. But it's going to be a prized possession for somebody, and I know that 99.9% of the people that I'm talking to aren't going to want this because of you'll see why. But for anybody who might, or for anybody that you know maybe a collector or have emotional ties to the Grand Ole Opry and the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee, I'll tell you a little bit about this guitar. I actually bought it on August 24th of 2004. So yeah, 15 years ago. And I bought it right at the Ryman Auditorium Museum store that's attached to the Ryman. And it's a one-of-a-kind guitar. Well, it's not one of a kind. They actually made 243, but I'll read you just a little background so you can understand where this is coming from. The Washburn Ryman Grand Ole Opry guitar. In 1892, a Nashville riverboat captain named Tom Ryman built a tabernacle for a preacher who had recently converted him. The Union Gospel Tabernacle, as it was called, would eventually become world famous as another kind of church, the mother church of country music. The Ryman was the home of the Grand Ole Opry from 1943 to 1974. After a major renovation in 1994, the Ryman is again a major concert venue in Nashville. The Washburn Custom Guitar Shop took some of the original 1892 oak pews from the historic building, and from those oak pews they produced 243 special guitars. And the one I have is one of those 243, which were all sold. The tops are of oak from the pews, the back and the neck are mahogany. The fingerboard is inlaid with 1892 at the 12th fret, and the peg head has a circular inlay inspired by the carving on the pews. The serial number corresponds to the original roll letter and seat number on the pew, with the roll letter on a gold-plated disc on the back of the headstock and the seat number on the top rim of the body. The guitar also has a passive Fishman transducer pickup. The custom hardshell case is covered in tooled leather and includes a package of private label guitar strings, guitar picks with the Ryman stamped in gold ink, the tooled leather strap, a copy of the Ryman history book, Nashville Mother's Church, a certificate of authenticity, and the century-old nails removed from the original pews. And I'll show you that in a minute. When these guitars first were sold, Vince Gill bought one, I believe, Amy Grant, Loretta Lynn bought a couple of them, Larry English, an executive at the Chicago-based Washburn. Loretta bought two. These hunks of wood out of those pews will now live forever. And so that's kind of the story on that. And then as you think about the oak pews and the Grand Ole Opry, over all of those years, fans sat in those Ryman pews while stars like Hank Williams, Patsy Cline, Minnie Pearl, and Elvis Presley performed on the Grand Ole Opry from 1943 to 1974. About 20 of the pews weren't needed anymore when the 108-year-old Ryman was renovated in 1992, and they were put into storage until the deal was made with Washburn. Only the seats of the pews were used to make the guitars, and that's about it. So I'll switch angles and show you the guitar. It's pretty cool, really. One of the first things you'll notice is the hand-tooled leather embossed case, which is absolutely beautiful in itself. And I see that there's a couple of these cases floating around that are selling for $500 for just the case alone. It's got the Ryman guitar label on the case, and then as you open it, you'll see that the inside is all a velvet material. It's got the Ryman embroidery on that, and as you open it up, you'll see the guitar. See if I can make this a little lighter here, or darker. This is the guitar itself. It's actually made out of the oak from the tops of those pews, and some of them, I picked this one out. Some of them had the actual nail holes that held the pews to the posts on the auditorium. It's a beautiful guitar. The little rosettes signify the rosettes that are on the end of the pews at the Ryman. It has a Fishman pickup in it. It is an electric acoustic with a walnut back, gold plated tuners, and it has the 1892 pearl inlay at the 12th fret. The top has the headstock that shows the church window out of the old Ryman, and again the pearl inlay rosettes, and the pearl inlay that calls it the Ryman guitar. It actually has on the inside where this seat was. This happens to be out of row D, seat 10. And then there's a gold-plated label on the side that says 10 for seat 10. It's an absolutely beautiful crafted piece of work. It's a part of history out of the Grand Ole Opry. And it's, like I said, there were only 243 made, and they were all sold, to my understanding. With the guitar, they include a book about the Nashville Mother's Church, original Ryman guitar strings. They've never been opened. And by the way, this has never been played other than when I bought it, I plugged it in to make sure it worked, and it does. Other than that, it's never been played. It's hardly been taken out of its case. The leather strap, this is the Ryman. Different pegs and tuning key. It actually includes the nails, the original nails that held this down as a church pew. It includes a letter of authenticity, and that's about it. The letter congratulated me on buying it and tells all about it. The day that I bought it, they actually delivered it to me on stage at the Grand Ole Opry. And while I was there, I got to record a song, and I chose George Jones, He Stopped Loving Her Today. And I'm going to play that recording. That'll be my morning song, but that's it. Now, as far as I know, none of these are left for sale anywhere. I've searched and searched, you can't find them. They've all been bought. I'm asking $5,000 for it. And I know that's a lot of money, but they're basically an heirloom. You can't get them. It's a piece of art. So if you know anybody looking, it's for sale. Just have them contact me. And here's my morning song. Love y'all.